Hi, I'm Eric Burns from Panopto, and we are here in Hollywood, California at the Red Herring Conference 2011, and I'm sitting here with Jody Burham. I hope I pronounced that right, and we're here to talk about Panopto. So just a quick overview of what we do. We provide presentation capture, search, viewing, transcoding, and delivery systems for large enterprises, typically universities and big corporations. What's unique about Panopto is that it's an all-software solution that works with commodity hardware, like this camera that you're holding there, or this, let's see if I still have it, this Microsoft LifeCam. Really any kind of video capture hardware that you've got lying around, but no million-dollar rooms, no expensive rackable systems. Some of our competitors are MediaSite and Echo 360. They both rely on these high-end hardware appliances, and that sort of constrains your capture to the million-dollar room. What makes Panopto unique is that it gives the ability to capture great presentations and to distribute them widely and search them to anybody, to any subject matter expert in an organization, or to any professor sitting in their classroom. And it does it without any hardware requirements. Just install a software client on your machine. It's about as easy to use as Skype, at least old Skype before it got complicated. And it really works with whatever you throw at it. It plays back on tablets, mobile devices, any browser on Mac and PC. And really what we try to do is give an easy-to-use solution to people who aren't AV experts, so they can create content that makes them look like a star, and that creates value for the organization by sort of capturing tribal knowledge and terrific presentations, people's expert information, and making it all searchable and actually indexing it somehow. And all of the searchability of Panopto comes from just using the software to capture a normal presentation with PowerPoint or Keynote or a software demo. And we sort of take it from there and make it searchable and handle security and all that good stuff.
Talk about the notes part.
So one thing that's, I guess, unique and interesting about Panopto is that anyone can take notes during a live broadcast if they're sitting in a classroom just watching the live presentation or if they're watching the on-demand stream. And these notes can be organized into channels. You can think of them like a Twitter hashtag. So not only can I, say, create my own private search index against a timeline of content. I could type in, I need to review this. This is interesting. I'll have to come back to this. Things like that. I can actually collaborate with my peers, my working group, about a part of a piece of content. And if you add this all up, if you could sort of sum it together, what you're actually doing is just for purely selfish, through purely selfish incentives, you're creating tagging of content that lets you find it at the system-wide level later. So for example, even if I have a piece of video with no PowerPoint and no transcriptions of any kind, if a lot of people are taking notes about it, other users who have access, they'll be able to find it later, and not just find the video, but find the right part of the video.
That's great. Now, you showed the diabetes and depression example. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, that was, let's see, I think that was from University of Pittsburgh, and I think it was from their DM Educate program. But University of Pittsburgh has been one of the earliest Panopto users way back when it was a project at Carnegie Mellon. And that was a really terrific piece of content that they let us use for our showcase and that we had transcribed. And so what was interesting about that demo, I think, is that I started off at the whole system level and said, I've got, who knows, 1 million hours, 100,000 hours of content on the server. I'm going to find everything related to diabetes. So I did a search. I found some recordings related to that. And then I said, no, I need something more specific. I want diabetes as it relates to depression. And having typed that search query with one additional click, I went straight to the right part of this wonderful video that we got from DM Educate, where the speaker begins by saying, one thing that is often underdiagnosed but in older adults with diabetes is depression. So that demo to me is sort of the needle in the haystack piece. It's where you say, I want to find something. And instead of sifting through hours of video and sort of clicking around in the dark and fumbling around trying to find what you want, the system actually takes you right to the concept that you're looking for, plays you the video, and lets you get out quickly.
Wow. So what's the future hold for Panopto?
Well, we're growing at an incredibly rapid rate. Just a tech factoid, we're creating a terabyte of new content. This is new expert content, not just sort of random people's uploads, and it's not just cat videos, every few weeks, and that pace is accelerating. And so just being able to really kind of manage that growth, being able to build last mile integrations with a lot of the learning management systems in education, content management systems, authentication providers in corporate, and really everything that makes it kind of an easy no-brainer to deploy Panopto in an organization. Those are the things we have to solve next. We're also looking at ways to kind of broaden the media management horizons of the product. A couple of advanced new features of our new release coming out in July is high-definition recording and broadcast to large audiences. So from, again, my little Microsoft LifeCam and my $800 laptop, I can broadcast in HD to a worldwide audience of 50,000 maybe even 500,000 people using the same technology that Netflix and the Olympics use to broadcast video. We're also introducing remixing, among other things, and that lets you record multiple presentations and essentially stitch together parts of presentations to make a whole based on the content of your library. So for example, if I'm a student and I want to include one of my professor's brilliant remarks, say just a 5-minute clip of one of their lectures, if I have permission, I can stitch that into my recording and then sort of intro it, show it, and then continue. I can also re-record parts of recordings. That's a major pain for our users. And really kind of create living archives out of the content that you record with Panopto. So that's kind of our ultimate value prop, is that when you record something with Panopto, because it's always searchable and because you can reuse it in content, you're creating living archives, not inert archives.
So the question is, who owns the stuff in the cloud? Does Panopto own that?
Absolutely not. We work with organizations who are very proprietary about their content. We provide great security for the content if it's stored in Panopto in the cloud. But many organizations choose to deploy locally. And for universities, certainly you have to be very careful about IP. And so we assume that our customers own everything they create. Panopto provides, as our chairman puts it, picks and shovels.
So are you selling a device, or are you selling a service?
We don't sell any devices at all. We sell software as a service, which is a great recurring revenue model for us. But I think it provides really the best experience for our users, because something at this scale, pervasive enterprise-wide presentation capture and search, you don't really want to deploy as kind of a piece of box software that you throw over the fence and say, good luck. We treat our software and our service as kind of inextricable offerings. And so whether it's a deployed product or a software as a service product, that's really the model.
Okay, so if somebody has something that's local, do you manage it?
We will manage their server. So if they have a deployed server, we'll perform upgrades, we'll do regular maintenance, we'll troubleshoot problems if they arise. And essentially, we give them the kind of, I guess, stopping short of an SLA, because we can't deliver that on hardware we don't control, but we try to give them the same quality of uptime and the same sort of private cloud robustness and reliability that they would expect from software as a service if they do continue to host it inside the firewall.
So what if they have a distributed either workforce or client base? Do you have like a private network that you can deploy it over?
We use a combination of strategies. So one of them is that the video technology that we're switching over towards is called adaptive streaming, or Microsoft branded Smooth Stream. And that is a video transmission technology that's very compatible with content delivery networks, with peer-to-peer caching, with all kinds of approaches for kind of reducing the bandwidth hit from Panopto to the organization, or from one node to another node. And so it sort of varies from company to company. Some organizations are very centralized, so they have a high bandwidth LAN. Some are very distributed, so you have to use caching strategies. Some sort of leave it to us, and we just use our content delivery partner, which is Limelight, to deliver that video performantly around the world. So it really varies from deployment to deployment.
Okay. Anything you want to provide? How do people get in touch with you?
Just go to www.panopto.com. There's a 30-day free trial at the bottom. You can sign up and try it out yourself. And we encourage you to do that. Go create some content. Figure out what you can do with it. But really, we just kind of want to get the word out. We've built the organization so far on word of mouth, viral growth, people just saying, this is really cool, how do I get it? And we find that once people start to use it, they really, they kind of like it, they become stuck. It spreads virally within their user group. And so we just invite people to come on and try it because it's a cloud offering and it's something that's very easy to adopt.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks very much.